Hey guys, this is Azrael back here, and we're playing some more Palana Foods. Again, we're running the sort of 8 agenda, snare, 3 Nisei, 2 Marcus Body, kind of trying to get a strong remote going. And here we're up against Andromeda with a pretty strong starting hand, although if I do play hedge funds straight out the gate, we're going to have a lot of trashables. But the concern obviously is a count siphon as well. We'll see what we get. I'm kind of happy enough to take the risk here. Um, Pop, not going to do a huge amount against a count siphon, so what I may do here, I think I'll maybe draw nothing extra. We could always pop the Fire Deck Sweet down as a bit of a fake for Chrysium. Not sure how good that really is. We could always pop it out as something that we can just res. Again, not sure how good that really is, but I'm not sure if I want to put Caprice down. I think, do you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of risk and pop Caprice on HQ. We are running 3 Caprice and 2 Baddies, so I don't mind doing this. I think an early account siphon could really, really hurt us, so I think a little bit safe, play a bit safer than sorry here. So 2 sure gambles out. Compromise employee is going to be reasonably good against us. We have no traces. However, we do have 15 ice, so that's actually probably going to earn quite a bit of money back. And Crescentis, not too worried. None of our ice is wholly expensive. I think Assassin and Tollbooth, we've got one of each, would be the worst. So I'll pop down Jackson. Draw 2. I'm kind of okay with this. Really don't want to drop a baddie for no reason. I definitely want the gift. Snare. I think probably Cyberdex is actually the one that's not going to see much play here. Unless we're going to harken back to Data Sucker Andy days. So this is definitely... I haven't played against Andy in a long time, so this is definitely something a little bit new for me. I haven't seen a lot of Andy decks knocking about. Okay, so I've got to be careful here in terms of Vamp, I guess. If money is a big thing and then they're looking to kind of just deny me credits, it's looking a little bit credit denial. I think if we go ahead and gift here, it's fine. She's going to know that Enigma's on R&D, but I see no reason not to just show all the goodness. It's all I always like to show a snare, even if it's only one. Just it makes them reconsider sometimes those multi-accesses. And again, Palana Foods just continue to drip feed this economy, and now we just need to see some end the run ice and start getting a remote going here. So Crowder, we must assume that she's got a Code Gatebreaker in hand as well, because she knows that was an Enigma that went down. Let's draw 2. Okay, Chrysium's a great draw here. And not quite sure actually if that was a great play to do that. I'm now kind of stuck with this odd hand. I don't think she's going to run a snare that I just popped down there. This is the thing about Jinteki. They don't have a lot of 3-2s that you can kind of just put out there and make them think it's an agenda. I normally like to keep the snares in hand or in R&D. Dropping down the extra Jackson now as well, I'm not a huge fan of. I think I'll just take a credit and maybe drop this gift. Still got 3 restructures to come and 2 more hedge funds, so yeah, do you know what, I think I'm okay with letting that go. So with Chrysium here, also alongside the Caprice, I'm pretty happy even with just this little pop here on its own. I'd like to get something else in front of it. Oh, yeah, we'll res pop. Oh, that's a wee 1-for-1 trade on the old forced activation orders there. Although it does gain the compromise employee credit, I suppose. So I think, yeah, Andy's looking to really kind of cost us credits here. D-res ice. I think emergency shutdown is something we have to be aware of. So we really do want to get a second tier ice. Oh my goodness, and just speaking of 3-2 agendas, the 1-3-2 I run in here pops up, and I'm really not sure if I'm ballsy enough just to chuck that down. Oh my. There are 13 more ice in the deck we're not currently seeing. Oh, do I really want to just chuck out this Philotic? I kind of do, but it's really a bit ballsy, and I don't think it's really needed. I don't think it's actually a play that I have to do. I think it's an unnecessary risk. That being said, it would be seriously fun. Oh my. Maybe I'll throw the batty in a new remote and just see if it gets a bite. And if not, hopefully we can chuck a bit of ice in front of it and we've got ourselves the start of a scoring remote. Okay, so there we go. Very glad I didn't decide to take that a little bit overly cheeky risk with the Philotic Entanglement. At this point though, 7 agendas in R&D, it's getting a bit chunky. Giving away a batty there, I think if I was playing competitively, I might have been a little bit more hesitant to throw a batty away like that. Okay, deck, we need some ice. That is absolutely not the piece of ice we want to see, and that's the drawback. I'm only running 1 in the Zumba, and right now that is not any use to us whatsoever. Do I throw out the snare now? Go on then. Go on. We'll continue with this slightly non-standard plays here. I think I'm okay to give up the interns here. So this is a bit of a weird spot where I'm letting Andy get a lot of time here with this kind of slow clicking for credits deck. She's getting her rig built up, and if I don't kind of get control of this, it's going to be quite bad. But that's, I must admit now, she should have really known that was Enigma, so to hit that on her second to last click, so she's going to lose a click. Don't think she's any way to break this, so I just go ahead and didn't run the snare, so unfortunately our little plan did not pay off. Oh my, okay, so yeah, we're all of a sudden not having a very good time at all when it comes to, oh my. I'm having a real thinker here. I don't want to chuck out the Philotic now because I feel like she will run it. Really dying for that piece of ice. Am I crazy to draw again? Potentially. This is a real thinker. I'm gonna throw the Inazuma out over R&D. I think I want to get it played somewhere. I don't want it to go to waste and have to draw back into it later. I also definitely don't want to throw out this Caprice willy-nilly. I don't want to lose a second batty. Excuse me, sorry. I'm just going to throw out a Jackson. And let's get rid of the Philotic. So yeah, I'm just crying out for ice here. Sitting on 28 credits and nothing to spend it on. Peacock, oh my, okay. Some quick math at what that's going to be like to break into R&D. I think it's pretty strong for us. I maybe should have overwritten that snare just to give us some more space, and oh my goodness, the lack of ice continues. And continues, okay. Oh my. Yeah, this is tricky. I think at this point I'm really just throwing cards out to not keep binning stuff. We've only seen 3 bits of ice. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pop Jackson, shuffle back the Philotic, Future Perfect, and the other Jackson probably. We have another one on the table. We could go back for it later. But no, I think I want it in the deck. So he's just missing a solid sentry breaker. Obviously has the ferry for one shot. It's running the Caprice. Oh man. He almost like he has a perfect read. He's definitely picking up the ones where we're weakly throwing out an upgrade we actually don't want to lose. So that's a really good hit for him. We've popped the Jackson back, but that means we're going to be down to one Jackson if I let him trash this. But I think I will let him go ahead and trash this. So we've still got one Jackson to get that back. We're now just a little bit stuck. Swordsman's not going to do it. There's our Caprice. I mean, we could Swordsman Caprice and just try and get super lucky on side games. Or we could, again, try and be a little bit cheeky and see what we can do with this. Oh my goodness, he's going to inside job it. That would be fantastic. And we'll land a snare. Awesome. Very happy. What did we hit? Networking, emergency shutdown, and disruptor. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen disruptor in a deck ever. And I think this is what you kind of maybe have to expect sometimes from the casual option. the casual option on Jinteki.net. Sometimes something a little bit different. Do I want to just jam the Caprice here? I really don't. I really don't. I love the second snare though. So let's go HQ with that pop. Let's pop the Caprice in. And I'm tempted to res it for fear of drive-by, but this guy's playing quite a weird anti-tag, anti-trace deck that I don't think he's maybe going to be running drive-by. I think if you had drive-by, you might have played it there instead of inside job. But you haven't seen any agendas. I mean, right now, my deck and my hand are just full 2 in hand, and that means 6 and 22 in my R&D. So, I mean, as soon as I get a toll booth, another Eli, either of my 2 wall of statics, even an assassin, or my Ichi. Oh my, he's running this again. So I could res these, I believe. I think I will. I think I'm willing to pay 2 to try and keep this alive here. And just rolling in the cash right now. Yeah, I'm definitely fine to pay 2 there. It cost him 2 for the inside job anyway, so really it's not a loss to us at all playing that like that. So yeah, this is a little bit unusual. Like, we haven't seen any multi-access. Like, a legwork would be pretty bad right now, but we've got the Chrysium, so it's not a big concern. And he's actually running this again. Is he going to take a net? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I think potentially I'd do a little sneaky 1 here. Oh, no. I was thinking 0 in my head. I felt like he was just doing that run just to try and get the D-res. So I thought he might just go 0. Oh my goodness. And we are just covered in agendas. Okay. Oh my. So. Yeah. This is becoming slightly awkward. If you told me if I'd looked at this deck and Andy deck right now, and you told me I was being such a sticky situation at this point in the game, I would have probably laughed at the start, because I feel like there's not a huge amount of pressure coming out from Andy here, but I'm just getting everything in the wrong order. He's not going to run, so this is great for us. So we now have a window where we can go swallow static, Nisei advance, I think is going to happen. Finally the ice is coming. It may come down to a side game because he can get in here, but at least it's going to cost him 2, 4. And then he can break this if he wants to, or just take a net. I'm going to res the body actually, a little bit cheekily there, just on the off chance that a drive-by came out. So we've still got another Caprice in the deck. Finding our third Jackson would be great. We've still got a restructure and a hedge fund, so money-wise we're okay, though again, the Palana Foods ability is just keeping us alive in this. It's so good. Having the ability just to constantly be able to pay for snares. There's still one in my hand and one in the deck as well. Oh, sorry, I'm telling a lie. There's one in the remote, of course, that's been chilling like a villain. So he's having a bit of a think. I don't know if he's trying to work out, can he get in here? No, he's going to let this one go, which is fantastic for us because we have everything we need in our hand to now win. The only thing that would make this a little bit better is if I could draw into a Caprice and really solidify the server, because right now it's really not that taxing for him. It's going to cost me 9 to res, and it's only realistically going to cost him 4 to get through, which is going to be refunded instantly by his compromised employees. This Inazuma is actually going to be 4 for him to break. Sorry, no it's not. It is 6 for him to break. Unless he just decides... Yeah, well, it's gonna cost him a click either way. I think we're definitely resing this here. Not sure about the Inazuma at all, actually. I think in a meta at the minute, which has quite a lot of ice destruction, and having Inazuma potentially get kind of knocked to the back of a server can absolutely just nullify its usefulness. He does gain the 2 credits from the 2 compromised employees, so these are doing reasonably well for him. I realise actually I'm running Assassin and Ichi, which would be pretty weak here considering he's got a Link and 2 compromised employees. I must admit, I had to reread Inazuma myself for a second there just to see if there was any way he could save himself some credits. And Peacock, being an icebreaker, I don't really see. So he's paying 2 to pursuit of 5 and then 2 for each sub. Did he not? Is he not breaking? Okay, so it means that he is going to lose a click and end the run. Good times. Happy with that. And yeah, we're really in a great spot now. My deck continues to want to make this difficult. Is there any benefit to advancing this twice? 9, 2 to play baddie. I think I'll just play a wee bit safe here and just gain a credit in case he doesn't draw. We've got 9 to res. I don't even know if I want to res the Swordman though. I don't think it's actually doing a huge deal. It was put there as a bit of an emergency and he's clearly not running any AI breakers. Although still very little influence seen. And a Siphon comes out. So yeah, we'll definitely res the pup. And then we're gonna get this with the Chrysium. The tricky thing is though, if I do it with the Chrysium, he could potentially just access and steal. Well, do you know what? It's not a big issue if he accesses. Yeah, I think we definitely don't want to be siphoned here. The other option was to res Caprice and then play a side game. Or do both, but I want to keep 9 credits for this remote. And now we've got all of our ice res in the centrals as well. Like, he's not going to get any more benefit from these compromised employees over there, so he's going to have to run the remote if he wants to get some benefit from them again. Ouch! Oh my goodness, this game! So he does, he snipes it. I would have been more than happy to play for a side game for the Future Perfects and even give up the Future Perfects, but that's okay. We've got an Issei in the server. If we can score it, we then got a very good big window for the Future Perfect score. Does trash the Caprice, but not the Crisium. So I think he's maybe committing to just, or resigning himself to just not fighting the account siphon game anymore. So this is a little bit scary. We'll probably spend 6 to res the 2 wall statics. The tricky thing being he's going to get enough money to break them just from the compromised employees, but we're going to have to res them alongside the baddie to obviously give him a subroutine to fire off against. Is going back in. Okay. So if he hits snare, it would be a curious situation. He hits fast track. Okay, that's actually probably the best result for us. It doesn't give me any difficult decisions to make. I definitely think that was a bit of a mistake on his part. That being said, as I say, but you can still run Wall of Static with basically nothing on this server due to, or excuse me, you can still run the remote and gain enough credits to break in with his compromised employees. Okay, but crucially, we're going to get this out the door. And the important thing is we now have 2 counters to try and get the last agenda out. A little bit tight on cash. Cortex chip. Choose a piece of ice. The court must pay an additional 2. Oh, where did it go? Oh, did he move it? Wait, what just happened? Oh, choose a piece of ice. The court must pay an additional 2 res cost until the end of the turn, and he's choosing to res or trash, and it's going to cost me an extra 2 credits. I'm just going to let this go, I think. I don't think I can afford to spend 5 credits right there and then. Would have been absolutely fantastic if he'd chosen the swordsman, but that would have been potentially too nice. And I have to be scared of inside job. We could fast track the Philotic, but no, I think realistically, could fast track the global food, plop that in, at least we know it's not going to give him 3 points. I don't think the assassin is really any good here. I think I'm just going to credit up and prepare to score, not next turn, but the turn after. I am quite impressed and slightly appalled at how much pressure I'm under here. This crick would actually be pretty good against Peacock. In fact, considering it would be 2 to boost and 2 to break, that crick would actually be pretty awesome. So I think I'll drop the swordsman, pop the crick on server 6, and do we want to do the assassin as well? Not while he's got a fairy, I don't think. Especially since it can be just saying it's just a liability. I think I'll just take a credit, and then next turn we will slam down the Future Perfect. He's having to draw again, which is great. Same old thing, gives him options for, not a lot, it gives him options for Count Siphon, really. Or emergency shutdown, I guess. Or forced activation if you wanted to be really fruity. Ooh, no, I don't even think the Eli's worth it. I think we just have to go at this point and just see if we can push this last one through. I mean, if the crick fires, we're going to be in a great spot with 3 Niseis we could look to install. I could always try and trigger the crick with the baddie if I wanted to get really fancy about it. Not sure about that play. So he gains 2 credits, but it's going to cost him 4 to break it, which is just awful and great for us. I'd be half tempted to like let him come through and just end the first run with Nisei, not even let it come down to a baddie the first time through. It might be enough to dissuade him to go elsewhere. He is going to break it. Oh, did he use too many? Oh, I think he spent too many clicks there. Or too many credits. No, he's just rethinking this. This crick's just fantastic there, actually. So he has enough to get through and make 2 more runs. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. No, it doesn't actually. So if he runs 1 more, we can caprice it. Then he'll run again and not be able to get through because it's costing him 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I can actually just end this twice, or I can baddie and then if the baddie fails, end it. I'm not sure if I do try and trigger the baddie, if it would be better to do the crick to get the constant effect from caprice out. Oh man, that's fantastic. So I'm gonna... let me think about this. No, I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna overthink this. I think we're good to just let him break. Try the baddie. If it doesn't work... if it doesn't work, then we'll have to Nisei the token again, and then he's getting straight in is the concern. So, start a side game. Let's see if we can win the side game first. In fact, I think there's no reason not to spend 2 here. If he spends 2, he just cannot get in. So, I get to fire a subroutine. So, just end the run, or do I get the Nisei? No, I can just end the run. He's 2 clicks left, but I definitely don't think he can get in here on that. Don't know if this is a misplay. I don't know if there's some way you potentially subvert this. If he had Crescentis... Oh wow, if he had Crescentis the Wallace static, and then when I resed it again, gained another 2 credits, it would have put him in the position, I think, to be able to get in here. It's quite a little tense end of the game here. This has been rather messy. I do think the Palana ability has saved me from a bit of a backward deck order. The lack of ice in the first half of the deck was really rough, and I think he's just given this up. Yeah, he has. And that was a very good game in the end, actually. I'm quite surprised it was as tight as it was, but it came through in the end, and that was a good little game. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and all the best.